Okay, everybody, let's sound off. PC editor Jordan DeVore.
Hello.
And contributor Brett Zeidler.
Hello, hello.
I am news editor Conrad Zimmerman. Let's get right down to the news of the day. So, Sony is justifying their new clause in the terms of service prohibiting subscribers to PlayStation Network from engaging in class action lawsuits against the company by saying AT&T did it first.
The old AT&T clause, I love it. Classic.
Are they out of their... Well, first of all, really? Is AT&T the go-to? Are they the guys that want to say, hey, yeah, we're taking our business cues from, Mabel? I mean, is that a good idea?
No. Not really.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then, oh god, it's so, I feel just sick about it. Because the class action lawsuit is such a necessary tool for the consumer in the legal system. There's no way the sole consumer, the lone consumer, can mount a legal defense to take on these big companies when they're being treated poorly or unfairly. And so, tearing that, I mean, it's absolutely gross. And what I'm interested, I haven't seen what Hal Halpin has had to say on the situation as of yet, but I'd be very, very curious to get his opinion.
He's the president of the ECA, right?
Yeah, he's the president of the Electronic Consumers Association. Or Entertainment
Something
Consumers.
like that.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, that's... I don't know, what do you guys think about it? I've already ranted.
I mean, I don't know how you think about it any differently. It's just bad news overall.
And it can't possibly engender any sort of positive will for them, right? I mean,
yeah.
everyone who's thinking about this has to be pissed. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
I don't know. I just agree to it. Because I wanted to buy Resident Evil 4.
You're the problem. You're the problem. Well, and they say you can opt out. You can opt out if you want to mail them a certified letter with your information, and that's supposed to somehow make it better. And they even say that they don't think it's legal. They effectively say we have no confidence in the legality of this in the terms of service. And they did it anyway! What brass fucking balls!
Yeah, well, Resident Evil 4 is fun.
Fuck you, Brett, you're such the problem. Alright, moving on. Ninja Theory says that they are dropping plans for a follow-up to Enslaved.
Yep. That's really depressing. I loved Enslaved. Granted, I didn't buy Enslaved, so I'm probably not the person to be sad, but that was a decent game. A good game for a new IP, definitely.
Yeah, I thought Enslaved was excellent. I enjoyed playing. I mean, I didn't think the story was anything to write home.
But
I kind of, you see it coming from about 2 miles away, but it was well thought out, beautiful set pieces, and I'm not the eye candy kind of guy usually, but I was so taken in by that world and those characters, and the facial motion capture shit. Like, every time we see one of those videos, I'm like, oh god, not this crap again, who cares, blah blah blah, and it worked.
It's just, that game had really, really good acting, I thought.
Yeah. Andy Serkis.
He's always great.
Nope, you can't.
So
Did you play it, Brett?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to strangle you, right? Yep, I'm gonna have to strangle you.
I played the demo, and I loved it.
I mean, the game's
and I see
probably...
it in GameStop, it's like $10.
I was just gonna say, it's
I should
really
pick that
cheap
up.
now. You should.
Yeah. I know.
It's been on sale like
I need to
dozens
pick it up.
of times. Like, it went down to $19.99 on Amazon. Then I think like 3-4 weeks of its release.
Yep.
Absolutely brutal price cut. But I mean, it was $40 in no time, and there's really no justification for someone having not.
You would think that they could just leverage the technology they already have from the first game to make a cost-effective sequel.
Yeah, I would think so, but you know, if they had to put so much money into the motion capture,
Could be.
because I mean, the actors and the studio cost and all of that crap, that's gotta add up. That's gotta be really expensive to pull off. So I can see why they would be hesitant, but it's still really disappointing.
So their quote was that we hope that DMC is a success where this wasn't. So that would be pretty depressing if that doesn't get a sequel too. Like that reboot style is just dropped by Capcom.
Was Enslaved? Or was it set up to where it?
Oh, it could totally have a sequel.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the story concludes in an effective manner.
Yeah, no.
But the world is still there, and they're still in it.
Okay.
You know, it's still a ruined world with God knows what left to be discovered.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's disappointing, and they could have taken it in a completely different direction, and it would have worked. Now, at the same time, the character dynamic doesn't work maybe as well.
But they couldn't straight up do the same exact gameplay.
Yeah, the premise wouldn't work exactly the same way, but that's adjustable. It could have worked. They could have done it.
Surely.
And
Sad news.
this is a tragic loss.
Yep. What's our third story for today?
Star Fox 3D didn't have multiplayer because they ran out of time.
That barrel roll budget was just too high, wasn't it? I knew it.
Yep, it's just too difficult to get all the really? God, come on, the game. How long was that fucking game sitting around? And when the idea for the 3DS came along, you mean to tell me that Miyamoto didn't like immediately perk up his ears and say, hey, you know what would look really cool in 3D? Star Fox would. Because God knows, every fucking person who heard that Nintendo was doing 3D, it's that and F-Zero, and we're not getting F-Zero, so... What the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. It's just, no, it's not that. It's not because they didn't have time. It's because Nintendo does not give a shit about online.
It's not time so much as they have so many resources and they didn't want to allocate them to this cause, basically. Because they don't care.
You know what's the funny thing, too? Because it has local multiplayer, but even that sucks. Like, it forces download play even if everybody has a copy of the game.
What?
That's a terrible idea.
Copy of the game. And
That's our Nintendo.
yeah.
Why would you put yet another barrier between the player and the game? At any time. That doesn't make any sense. If you have the option to remove a barrier between you and the player, you know, enjoying themselves, knock it down. Don't... They're not designers, they're artists. That's just what I have to cling to, is that they are not in the business of making technologically sound products, they're in the business of making beautiful ones.
They're almost still just in the business of making toys, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's always been their businesses, from the days of playing cards and love hotels.
Well, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. It's just times like these that causes bad things to happen.
Still, nevertheless, my 3DS sits abused. Well, not abused, just ignored. Just in its cradle. I think I needed the outlet that my 3DS cradle plugs into. And so it doesn't even have a charge. It's just sitting dead in the cradle.
I take my
Alone
3DS
and
with me
rejected.
everywhere. Get them coins.
And I'm not going to wind up buying anything until they localize Coldcept 3DS. Yeah.
Why don't you just get a Japanese 3DS? There you go.
Because I've already wasted $250
Fool
on a
him
piece
once.
of shit I don't
Yeah,
use.
well, it's cheaper now, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, God.
I mean, you still have to import it, but hey.
Right, any savings I would have earned were totally absorbed by the cost of having the fucking thing shipped in here. And then I would be able, well, at least I would be able to get some good 3DS store content.
Yeah.
Because they're never going to give us that crap either. Why does Nintendo hate America?
Reggie, he's the reason.
Reggie loves America. I want to believe Reggie loves America. His hands, his fingers are hot dogs. What's
I'm
more
picturing
American?
him like wrapped in an American flag.
Victory.